What is Scientology? Scientology promises personal improvement and enrichment. They have some bogus personality tests that will show you areas where you need to improve. Then offer you some books, pamphlets, meditation techniques to help you improve. Low price at first. Then they have more and more involved sessions to help you improve on other areas. More sessions to show you how flawed you are, which can only be cured through Scientology. They brainwash you into thinking you are a seriously disturbed person, and only Scientology can help. But the work you need to do in the books that help you through cost tens of thousands of dollars. Eventually you learn about the dead space alien souls that infect your brain. Not kidding. That is revealed to you once you are deep in. It is all BS. Their personality tests are rigged. Their documents and study techniques valueless. They are apparently good at brainwashing though. It's AMLM positioned as a religion. There are different levels you get into based on how much you spend on their courses, how much you participate in their events, and how much you donate. As you get into higher and higher levels, you get more information and powers unlocked. Leah Remini has spoken on it extensively. Comments are focused on the financial scam, but it is also responsible for a ton of Charibe worker exploitation, confinement and isolation, cruel tactics to destroy families, and an appalling harassment campaign against people who manage to escape. It's absolutely vile. South Park might explain it best. The link I have was dead. There is a new link in a below comment with the episode. As far as its recruitment appeal, it doesn't target smart people, it targets lonely, lost people who are willing to believe anything for a sense of community. Plus they blackmail people. Leah Remini grew up a Scientologist, then gave an interview explaining how awful they were to her when she left. It is a group invented by a science fiction writer, which tries to pass itself off as a religion, is somewhat run like a corporation, is a huge cash grab by those in power, and tries to influence everything it can on the planet for its own benefit. If you're familiar with The Simpsons, the Stonecutters episode bears a lot of similarities. If you're familiar with The Boys, the Church of the Collective is almost a complete ripoff of it. The actress Leah Remini has a TV series that explains the damage that Scientology does to children and families. Her mother joined when she was a child, and for a long time, she was a vocal supporter of the organization. She eventually saw it for the dangerous cult that it is and was able to get away. Now, she tries to educate people as to what the organization really is and the damages that it does. She interviews people who have escaped. Their stories are scary. Edited to fix the actor's name. A horrible thing that you should stay far, far away from. Scientology, Going Clear in the Prison of Belief, was a good documentary on them. Scientology, founded by L. Ron Hubbard in the early 1950s, is a movement that describes itself as a religion and is centered around a set of beliefs and practices aimed at spiritual rehabilitation and self-improvement. Its theology and beliefs are detailed in Hubbard's writings and lectures, with Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, being one of its foundational texts. Here's a summary of key beliefs and aspects of Scientology theology. ## Fundamental concepts. Thetan. Scientology teaches that each individual is essentially a spiritual being called a thetan, akin to the concept of a soul. Thetans are immortal and have lived through many past lives. The thetan is the true essence of a person, distinct from the mind and the body. Engrams. Negative experiences and traumatic events in one's current and past lives can leave mental impressions called engrams. These engrams are stored in the reactive mind and are believed to cause irrational behavior, fears, and psychosomatic illnesses. Auditing is a one-on-one counseling process in which an auditor assists individuals in recalling and articulating their engrams to neutralize their negative effects. This process is intended to clear the reactive mind of engrams, allowing the thetan to operate more freely and reach its full potential. The bridge to total freedom. Scientology outlines a path of spiritual development known as the bridge to total freedom. This path is divided into levels or grades, with each step designed to address specific aspects of one's spiritual well-being and abilities. Progression through these levels is achieved through auditing and training courses. Clear and operating thetan, OT. A significant goal in Scientology is to become clear, a state in which an individual has been relieved of all engrams and the influence of the reactive mind. Beyond clear, there are advanced levels called operating thetan, OT, levels, where individuals work to regain their spiritual abilities and become fully aware of their existence as the TANs. Other beliefs. Ethics and morality. Scientology promotes a code of ethics and morality, with an emphasis on personal integrity, honesty, and responsibility for one's actions. Suppressive persons. SPs. Individuals who are antagonistic to Scientology or its members are labeled as suppressive persons. SPs are believed to hinder spiritual progress, and members are often advised to disconnect from them to protect their spiritual well-being. Reincarnation. Scientology incorporates a belief in past lives, suggesting that the TANs have lived through numerous incarnations and that experiences from these past lives can affect an individual's current life. Xenu and OT3. One of the more controversial aspects of Scientology theology, revealed at the OT3 level, involves a story about Xenu, a galactic ruler who, millions of years ago, is said to have brought billions of beings to Earth, then known as Tijik, and destroyed them, leading to the dispersal of their essences or the TANs, which continue to affect people today. This narrative is considered confidential within the Church and is only shared with members who reach this advanced level of spiritual development. Criticisms and controversies. Scientology has faced significant criticism and controversy regarding its beliefs, practices, financial policies, and treatment of members and critics. The organization's secretive nature, particularly around its advanced teachings, and its handling of internal dissent and external criticism, have been points of contention. It's important to note that the beliefs and practices of Scientology are complex and multifaceted, and interpretations may vary among individuals within the movement. It's AMLM, presented as a religion for tax purpose. There is a South Park episode and they were the first to reveal what is taught in the higher level of the MLM. Extraterrestrial minds trapped in volcano. Find this South Park episode. It's basically a cult. There is too much information, depending on what aspect you exactly want to know about. But there is plenty of info. Personal accounts of the people who left, as well as documentaries online. It's a cult, stay away. Standard cult indoctrination techniques. They love bomb you. They also use something called an emitter. It's junk science based on the actual science of the galvanic skin response. Here's the emitter gimmick, very briefly, as recounted to me by a friend who was into Scientology back in the 1970s. Auditor. Hi. Here. Let's just have you grab the emitter sensor rods. The needle on the indicator begins to flicker across the range of the dial. Oh, okay, I'm seeing some TANs. A thetan is the Scientology woo-woo that causes people to fail. But don't worry, we can clear you of those. Let's keep going. You know, these are some persistent tans. Do you mind if I record this? The recording can be analyzed later by one of our techs who specialize in these sort of cases. Okay. Let's talk about that again. I'm seeing some really strong responses. Is there any sort of negative association you have with the word car? Okay. What about dog? And how about drugs? Quote, basically, the interview goes on for a while, with the tape recorder going, as you start bringing up embarrassing, possibly illegal, things from your background. Stole from an employer? Slept with your sister? Killed someone while driving home drunk? Gave a hobo a reach around? Once they get you, they keep up the pressure. As mentioned by others, it's a multi-level marketing scheme as well. You have to buy very expensive packages of materials to achieve various levels of clear. It's a never-ending cycle though. Google Operation Clambake for a really thorough description of all the ways they have to pluck the pigeons. L. Ron Hubbard wrote a book, Basis for the Group. This isn't an answer, but when I was younger, before I knew anything about it, I thought it was an anti-religion based on science and facts and thought it was the coolest idea ever. I was so disappointed to learn what they really are. A cult and tax shelter. Just like all organized religion. Money laundering operation that is a scam. It's a pyramid scheme, or MLM, disguised as a religion. They only have two objectives. 1. Take your money. 2. Control everything you do. A criminal organization posing as a religion.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.